Hi folks, I just want to talk about the hadiths in Bukhari on apostasy. I got into a really good conversation with some Muslims the other day, and it was a good debate, friendly debate, and I asked them a question, and I ask every Muslim this question, and I want you to answer it properly and honestly. I asked them, if we were at a university and we were having a debate, I said we would win the debate by good argument or evidence, would we not? And they said yeah. But I said, but how can it be a debate that if you left Islam and became a Christian, according to Bukhari, in the apostasy section, apostates are to be killed? So we wouldn't win the debate by argument, we'd actually, it's by force. You'd win the debate by force. So there was about 4 or 5 Muslims around me, and they got really upset, and they were saying, yeah, but you're saying that all Muslims are bad, and that there's good and bad in every religion, and you've just taken things out of context. And I said, no, wait a minute, no, I've read the Bukhari Hadiths, and I got to the apostasy section, and it talks about a Jew became a Muslim and then left Islam again and went back to being a Jew. He was in a prayer meeting and there was an order given to kill him, and this didn't crop up once, it didn't crop up twice, but it kept cropping up that people were killed for apostatizing. Now, Bukhari is one of your most authoritative hadith collectors, and it's there. So then they said, but you need a scholar to interpret it for you. And I said, well, it's quite obvious. It's repeating it and repeating it. And every time something comes up that doesn't look good for Muslims in terms of scholarship, you say, well, you need to go and talk to a Muslim scholar. But at the end of the day, it was plain to see in the hadith of Bukhari, apostates killed. Now I asked the Muslims, I said, is there an apostasy law within Sharia law? And they said they don't know. And I want to ask Muslims out there, is there an apostasy law in Sharia law that if anybody leaves Islam they could be killed? Now these Muslims swore blind that there was nothing like that, but I put that question to other Muslims, and some Muslims have admitted that there is a danger of you being killed if you apostatize. So what's the truth? What is the truth? I asked, I put a question to David Fountain, a Muslim apologist in Manchester, and I asked you the question, David. If anybody knows David, send him this video. But I ask you a question, is there an apostasy law within Islam, in Sharia law? What do the hadith say? What does Bukhari say? How do you interpret Bukhari? How do you interpret any other hadiths where apostates are killed? Give us an answer, David. David Fountain, Muslim apologist. Come down to Manchester and debate me on it. Because to me it seems to be that cannot be the truth if people are frightened and are in fear if they leave Islam. So people, you can say, well, Islam's growing. Well, you're bound to be growing if you have that kind of iron fist at the back of you. So what I'm saying is, show me that I'm wrong. Explain to me what the Bukhari Hadiths on apostasy mean. If any Muslim would do that for me, I'd be very grateful. Please make a video response to this video, or put underneath my video comments, resources where we can go and study that hadith, or explain to us the apostasy examples of killing apostates in Bukhari on apostasy. Explain to us what that's all about, because to me, if that's in the early traditions of Islam, if it's in your most authoritative hadith, it doesn't look good. It looks like it's a religion of fear where people, if they leave Islam, could be killed. That's what the early hadiths are showing. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be corrected, and then clear up this question about hadith, about the Sharia law. What does the Sharia law say about apostasy? What are the sanctions, if any, to apostates? Are there any examples of apostates being killed around the world or not? I hear reports that there are, but what is your statement about this? Is clear these things up, because I'm getting mixed messages from Muslims. Some Muslims are saying there is a problem there, some Muslims are saying there isn't. So I don't know who to believe. So I'm asking the Muslim community around the world to clear this issue up about apostasy. What does Islam teach about apostasy? And start with explaining Bukhari and the hadiths there. Okay? I'll link to the hadiths that I read, and if David Fountain or anybody else could answer that question, I'd be very, very grateful. And if he wants to debate me on this issue, I'll be down in Manchester every Friday and Saturday. If he wants to debate about Islam and its apostasy law, because I'll be doing research this week, and if he comes down and debates me, I'll explain to people what research I've found on the issue. So the ball's in your court as Muslims around the world today to actually answer that question. Explain to me this apostasy law. Is there an apostasy law? Why is it in your early traditions? Why is the Bukhari's apostate? Why apostates killed in the Bukhari hadiths? Explain to me. Thank you for listening, and take care.